What's up, fight fans? We're here with UFC Freedom 250. Uh, Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Listen, kid, you don't like the card? Don't watch it. We are back. The JDM slime out had us gone. Joshua Van briefly brought us back, and I am back for at least a little bit. Jiu-Jitsu Tournament 1. You're talking to the best white belt ever. And we're going to break down this card. I watched the tape for this. I've been preparing for this. I did put off recording this for 2 days, and I think I'm only doing it now because I'm not working. But UFC Freedom 250 open up with I guess it's not prelims, man. The opener outside Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. So when this fight was announced, I was thinking a crafty little Steve Garcia, and then I was like, you know what, Diego Lopez fought higher level competition. He's got good uppercuts. But this week, I was breaking down the tape. I was watching Steve Kirkinator Garcia. I'm picking Steve Garcia by knockout in round 1. Now you may be thinking, Diego Lopez, this guy's chin is unbelievable. Diego Lopez, this guy, he's never been cracked. He never gets hurt in the fights. He's getting wobbled by Volk literally 5-6 times in the last fight. He's getting rocked by Gene Silva, wobbled on the feet, jelly-legged on the feet. And I think this is a bad matchup for Diego Lopez. Although I do think this fight will probably be in the rain. I could see a tough photo of, that uppercut he landed on Sadiq Youssef in the rain of him just sleeping Garcia, which would be kind of tough. Or his walkout maybe with the cowboy hat and rain coming down. Oh, that could be awesome too. But I think Steve Garcia's going to do it. He's on home soil. I think he's really motivated. And I think his forward pressure I think it's going to break Diego Lopez. I could see him getting caught with a shot in an exchange, but I think the southpaw will really be bad for Lopez. Lopez's best weapons are his calf kick, completely neutralized, lead hook, rear uppercut. The rear uppercut is the big shot, and the overhand, but I think Garcia is crafty. I think it's going to be hard to land an overhand on Garcia, just kind of how long he is. He's got good oblique kicks. He's got good front kicks to body. I think those are going to be really effective in this fight. We saw Gene Silva use those. And I think the southpaw stance, when Gene Silva switched southpaw in round 2, he was borderline that he was really smoking Diego Lopez. I didn't realize how badly he was just destroying Lopez in that fight before the spinning elbow in that second round. And even after completely being gassed out, getting completely neutralized on the ground in the first round, elbowed, his head looked like an impulse grenade. And he still went out there and he still just dominated Diego Lopez on the feet. And I think Garcia's going to do the same thing, and I think he has more power than Gene Silva. He's not as technical. I do concede that he's not as technical, but I think he's going to bring more volume and longer shots. So basically, until about 12 hours ago, I would tell you Diego Lopez is going to win. My original pick was this is going to be like the last 30 seconds of Lopez versus Silva, where they're just bombing back and forth, and then he overextends, gets caught with something. But I think Garcia's good. I think he's really long. He's a lot bigger than Gene Silva, especially like frame wise. Might be not as heavy, but I think he's gonna nuke him, man. I think he's gonna just straight left, gonna wobble him. If you don't think Diego Lopez has been knocked out, he's been knocked out once in the regional scene. He got knocked out by Joe Henderson Brito. So I'm gonna pick Steve Garcia by TKO in round 1. Kind of a risky pick, probably the riskiest pick on the card that I have. Next up, Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Oh, nope. That's not where we want to go. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. I want to pick Bo Nickel. Or I want to pick Kyle Dawkins here. He's a big middleweight. He's got good KO power. He's got a great front choke, especially that Darce choke. I believe he just beat GM3. I believe that was his last fight. He's got decent power. And I think this is going to be a really close fight, and I'm going to pick Bo Nickel by decision. A unanimous 29-28 decision. And I think this is going to probably be the only decision on the card. I think he's just going to be able to kind of smudge Dawkins a bit. I think there'll be a tight submission attempt. That's my official prediction. He gets caught in some sort of front choke for a second and then kind of gets out of it. It's like, oh, is he going to tap? Is he going to not? Maybe it's wet from the rain and that's what gets him to slip out. That's a crafty pick there. The rain's going to help him not get locked up in that Darce choke. And I think he's going to be landing good kicks. But then again, if it's raining, it could start slipping. But I'm just going to say Bo Nickel wins by decision. 29-28. Maybe even split. I could see a crafty little split decision here. But I'm going to pick Bo Nickel by decision. Next up, Mauricio Hufi. Literally me. Watch me in the gym. This is literally me. Chat, throw the clip out of me being Mauricio Hufi. I'm going to pick Mauricio Hufi by TKO in the second round. And I know there's those people. Listen, dude, Michael Chandler, man, he's gonna wrestle, dude. He's gonna come out there. He's gonna bomb. He's gonna feint overhands. He's gonna wrestle. And he's gonna TKO him. He's gonna gas him out. He's gonna use real forward pressure, and he's gonna get him down. No, I think Mauricio Rufy will completely neutralize Michael Chandler. Mauricio Rufy's grappling is completely oversaturated on how bad he is. I rewatched the Saint Denis fight. There's a few things what Saint Denis did in that fight. He got reversed 3 times. Mauricio Rufy, if he doesn't stand BSD up, I think he wins that fight via TKO. I think he could have really worn on him with elbows from the guard. And he just stood up after reversing him. And just, you can't play that game of getting taken down and reversing, standing up, reversing, standing up. You got to make those count to make BSD worried about the grappling here. And even then, Michael Chandler, his wrestling isn't bad, but it's not. He doesn't have jiu-jitsu. He doesn't have any submission offense. He's good submission defense. He's really hard to submit. Unless you catch him like a scramble like he did to like with Dustin Poirier. But his takedowns are just big slams, and he can never hold position once he slams people on the ground. We saw Paddy Pimblett. He turned him over and over again. He just got right back to his feet, couldn't really break the, and then eventually he broke the lock. But before then, he was just standing up, getting mat returns, standing up, getting mat return. He never got into like that referee's position and held them there. He's not good at keeping top pressure. So I do think maybe he can get Rufy down early. And people are like, oh, this is where the fight starts to change. And then I think he gets to the fence. And I think he's going to just rear head kick Michael Chandler, drops him. I think he's going to put him out cold. I think he's going to sleep Chandler out cold with a head kick. I could see a straight right into a head kick, or if he doesn't get knocked out by a head kick, I could see he threw this against Fiziev. Yair Rodriguez has thrown it straight right or head kick, and then the straight right to follow it as your legs coming down. It's a sick combo. I love throwing that, and I think it's really going to be effective here. I think he's going to throw a head kick over the guard as Chandler's kind of dipping, almost Joaquin Buckley-esque, where he's kind of shifting up and down and trying to swing overhands. I think the jab is going to be really good for Rufy here. I think the cross is going to be really big for Rufy. I think the knees and the front kicks up the middle, the low kicks. I think he just is so much better on the feet. And Chandler's so inaccurate. Is there a striking accuracy here? Okay, I guess there's not. But his striking accuracy has to be terrible. He just he misses so much against Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, my favorite fighter, personally. I love Charles Oliveira. You see the profile pic. Charles Oliveira should not be able to just completely pick you apart on the feet, and you can't touch him until you eye poke him. That's not a knockdown. He didn't rock him. He poked him in the eye. I do think we're going to see a cheeky Michael Chandler cheating here. Next up. But yeah, Rufy, knockout, head kick, round 2, maybe like round 1. Next up, Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis. This is, I repeat, if you are a bettor, if you are a degenerate, don't bet on this fight. Unless maybe not to go the distance, but there's probably no value on this. And even then, I think Hokett might take him the distance. Could be one of those fights where it's just nothing burger fight. I'm going to pick Josh Hokett by ground and pound TKO in round 1. Basically, Hokett has a insane speed advantage, insane wrestling advantage, and I think he's going to come out here, throw the 1-2 really quick. Lewis is going to try. This is where Lewis could win. Maybe he throws a 1-2. Hokett's hands come down after he swings. Um, Maybe he gets caught with a shot and he just gets put out. Very possible. This is a completely different matchup than Blades, but I do think he will be able to just. I think he's going to just throw 1-2, and then he's going to blitz again, but this time he's going to go to the legs. I think he's going to take him down, and I think he's going to be just landing ground and pound. And I think Derek Lewis is going to quit. I don't see anything from Derek Lewis, and I've picked Derek Lewis plenty of times, regretfully so, but I'm just I'm rathering Derek Lewis. Maybe Derek Lewis does just bomb and knock him out. It's very possible to happen. I think out of all the underdogs, besides maybe Steve Garcia, he probably has the highest chance of winning. Um, so it's very possible. Like I wouldn't be that shocked if it happens, but it's like he's not better than Hokit. He has a puncher's chance, a good puncher's chance because he has crazy power, but I just can't pick it to happen, and I'm not going to pick it to happen, and I will pick Hokit by TKO via ground and pound round one. It's probably the worst fight. Yeah, maybe not the worst fight on the card. I really want to see the winner of this get on the mic after. Hokit, please say some stuff about BB and some files if you catch my drift. Next up, listen, dude. Imagine not picking Sean O'Malley, dude. My Canadian brother, Eamon Zahabi, you are getting slimed. You know, I'm a Canadian. I know my coach has trained with Zahabi. There's a chance I go to TriStar in the future. Please don't find this video, Eamon Zahabi. Please don't slime me out. Please don't craft up a decision against me. Please don't do it. I was watching tape to see how Eamon Zahabi, because he has Ferez, and Ferez I think is the best coach in MMA. And I'm just trying to think, what could Zahabi do to win this fight? Low kicks, possible. O'Malley's fought better low kickers. He's fought Song Yadong. He's fought Peter Yan. He's fought Maraba's really good low kicks. Aljo tried low kicking. Cheeto has good low kicks. He was low kick. We'll get to Cheeto in a second, but he can't wrestle. If we go to the grappling stats, takedown average 0.12. Takedown accuracy 14%. 14%. It's just not super viable, I think. You know what I mean? I just don't see a viable path to victory here for Zahabi. I do think he's going to make it weirdly competitive in round one. But I was thinking here maybe it was going to be a decision win for Sugar here. But I watched the Cheeto fight, and I low-key think Cheeto might have won this. When I watched it live, I was like, people are retarded for thinking Cheeto won. But the more, like, I rewatched it, I was like, man, getting KO'd by Cheeto isn't even that bad. Like, let's say he throws a head kick up or just catches you with a cuffing shot like he did to Zahabi in round one that he survived. But going tit for tat with him in that first and second round, it's just really ugly to me. I think this is basically going to be Moutinho versus O'Malley too. A better O'Malley versus a better Moutinho. I think Sean O'Malley is going to put on a masterclass here, and I think he's going to get a TKO via a knee up the middle through round two. I think early, kind of like I think Zahabi would be like, Zahabi maybe won round one. It'd be like round one it'd be similar to the Yadong round. O'Malley's kind of shooting shots, feinting a lot, throwing the 1-2, I think he's going to land some good 1-2, and I think Zahabi's going to pressure really hard. He's going to land some good low kicks. Maybe he lands a few good shots to the head here because he's going to be pressuring. But I think that pressure is going to be a reckless abandonment. It could work well early, and I think it will. I think he'll surprise O'Malley. We see O'Malley like when he fought Marab. There'll be like shots he doesn't see coming, and they catch him. Maybe I could see like a head kick landing here for Zahabi. Not really doing anything because he has no power and he's an old man. But I think he's going to kind of just land some cuffing shots, and then boom, knee up the middle or straight right, straight left. Something as Zahabi's coming forward just puts him out, puts him down. He's going to try to recover like he did in the Aldo fight. I think O'Malley has really underrated and really good ground and pound when he follows up on people that he hurts. And he maybe gets it at the feet, and I could see like the Julian Paiva type body, boom, drops him again, and just bad luck. TKO round two for Sean O'Malley. Also, he has a reach advantage, height advantage, leg reach advantage. He's just better in literally every facet. I think he's a better grappler than Zahabi as well. I want to say that as well. Next up, Alex Pereira versus Bongaman Sirogan. Ugh. I don't like this, man. I don't want to say it, but I do. I'm picking Sirogan by TKO. I hate to say it. I think Pereira is going to be disgustingly slow at heavyweight. He was already slow at light heavyweight, especially compared to how he was at middleweight. And it's kind of been his biggest drawback on the feet. I don't think Khalil Roundtree's that good. The speed really bothered him. The first Magomed fight, the speed really bothered him until he just gave no respect in the second fight. Beautiful game plan by Pereira in the second fight. I would really wish I made videos at that time. I would love to make a video on that. I think it's a really beautiful game plan that he did. Anyway, the southpaw stance for Gane is the biggest factor, and I think the speed, the footwork. I think Pereira has pretty. It's not bad footwork, but he's not elusive on the feet. He's gonna walk forward. He's gonna set up jabs. He's got great eyes. He's got great accuracy. I think his timing and his accuracy are his best things because he doesn't really have this Lewis power, this like nuclear power. He has precision because he doesn't knock anyone out. He's never one punch KO'd anyone in the UFC. It's all TKOs, but like the initial knockdowns are always really good, and then he has good follow up to finish it. He has kind of kickboxing powers, I'd like to say. He can drop you, but it's not going to put you out. It's like all of his knockdowns in the UFC, if it was a kickboxing match, they would get back up and then probably get knocked out later. I'm not saying that he doesn't have power to finish fights. He absolutely does. But I think Gane's going to be snappy with the jab early. Set the southpaw jab going in. Kicking, I think oblique kicks will be helpful in this fight. I think Pereira will be trying to go shin on shin with the calf kicks. It's not going to be super effective. If Gane should not step 1 foot in orthodox in this fight. He was in orthodox for maybe 30 seconds of the Aspinall fight. He got landed with 2 massive calf kicks, completely altered his leg for the rest of that fight. I think he would have got TKO'd by Tom Aspinall, and I think Tom Aspinall knocks out Alex Pereira too. I think Tom Aspinall is still underrated. But Cyril Gane, I think he's going to be jabbing early. And he will cheat in this fight. He will land a nut shot or an eye poke in round 1. I'm just going to say that right now. He will foul. I could see a point deduction too. I think if he fouls one time, they will point deduct him. And I think early, we're going to see both of them kind of exchanging jabs, both exchanging some tappy low kicks. First round's kind of slow, 1 apiece. Round 3, I think Pereira's going to pick it up a little bit. He'll have a kind of a good moment. Maybe clips him with something. Maybe I could see Gane being a retard and wrestling, or like they're against the fence, he rolls for some sort of submission, or like Pereira kind of has him push against the fence. He goes for like a standing Kimura and like gives up position somehow. I guess I'm doing that, but I think in round 4, he's gonna clip. He's gonna rock Pereira with like a straight left, and then I think he's gonna get his signature hammer fists to the side and back of the head TKO. And this terrorist of the sport, Adolf Hitler himself, Cyril Gane, will fight Tom Aspinall again, and he's going to lose. So I'm going to pick Cyril Gane by TKO round 4. It's just, let this be known. I want this pick to be wrong. I want Cyril Gane to get stiffened out cold. So if anyone's in the comment section saying, why aren't you picking Pereira? I want to. I really do. I just watched the tape, and I don't like how Pereira fights southpaws, and I don't like how he fights people who are faster than him. And I don't think he's going to look very good at heavyweight. He's a fat blob. His frame does not work well for heavyweight. He's really long. I know he's taller than Surreal, but Surreal has a lot better frame for heavyweight. You can just see it here. This is him at light heavyweight versus a heavyweight. Like, you can see the frame. Like, he's already filled out here at light heavyweight. He kind of he's holding a lot of weight in kind of this like section here, from his like thighs to the, as Sugar would say, the BBL, to like the stomach. His arms are kind of like, his legs are still kind of weird looking. He's got a chubby face. So yeah, Cyril Gane, unfortunately, by TKO. Next up, Ilio Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. And I've been seeing a lot of Justin Gaethje picking here in this fight, and a lot of Justin Gaethje. Uh, Listen, guys, Justin Gaethje did. He's actually got a chance here. Justin Gaethje by head kick. There's crazier things have happened. They haven't. This would be the biggest upset win, I think, in UFC history. I don't. This is not Strickland versus Hamzat. Strickland versus Hamzat always should have been closer on paper. I said this in the lead up that I wanted to pick Strickland, and I just couldn't force myself to do it. And he won. And like everything I said about that matchup was pretty accurate. But Ilia Topuria is the best fighter in UFC history, and he's going to sleep Justin Gaethje in less than a minute. I could see if Justin Gaethje opens this fight with a soccer low kick, he will get knocked out in 10 seconds with an overhand right. I'm just going to say it how he is. I think he's going to be jabbing low, jabbing to the head. I think he's going to be landing at an 80% clip. And I do think Gaethje's like sloppiness is kind of overstated. I don't think he's that sloppy on the feet, but I do think he leaves openings. He throws over himself, and he doesn't have as much power as people think. He hasn't knocked anyone out with his hands in about 10 years. He doesn't really. He would have lost to Paddy Pimblett if he didn't poke him in the eye. I'm sorry to say he won that fight via an eye poke into a right hand that knocked down Paddy in the second round. That's what won him the round. He was getting outstruck volume-wise by chin-up Paddy Pimblett, and he was just landing big shots because Paddy Pimblett doesn't have any sort of striking defense. I don't think he has a rangy man's game to keep this at distance like Oliveira should have or could have or Max Holloway did or Volkanovski did. Even though he's short, he has a really good rangy game. Gaethje doesn't have that. He has good dirty boxing, uppercuts in the pockets, left hooks. Low kicks are maybe his best bet. I think he lands a big low kicks, but I think he's going to get time to try to throw low kicks because he really overextends them. And if Ilia wants, he can run the pipe on those kicks, catch them, and take them down and get a submission. I think he could submit Gaethje in round one if he really wanted to. But he's not going to. He's going to knock him out cold in the first round with an overhand right. Body shots are wide open too here. Gaethje just basically high guards. It's not a good high guard either. He doesn't move his head. I think he's going to get bombed to the body shots, jabbing low, left hook low, right hand low. And then he's going to go head, body, head, and he's going to KO him stiff. Ilia Topuria is going to win this fight by knockout. I'm sure of it. And if he doesn't, I might never post again. I might delete my channel, even though I don't post ever. I probably won't post until August. But anyway, those are my picks for UFC Freedom 250 White House. We'll run through them again. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. I don't know why I'm going through like I'm going to state my predictions again. Ilia by KO, round 1. Gone by KO, round 4. O'Malley by TKO, round 2. Hooker by TKO, round 1. Roofy by TKO, round 2. Bo Nickel by decision. Steve Garcia by TKO, round 1. We'll see you in the next one. Maybe video Friday. Maybe video Saturday. Maybe video Thursday. And then recap Monday. Maybe Sunday if I'm home in time from the watch party. But anyway, Screwballs MMA. We will see you in the next one. Bye.